What is going on, Bauds? Back with another episode of Footy with my co-host Justin.
Yo, what's going on, everyone?
We've got a lot to talk about. We are sorry for kind of being late and being a little delayed with this upload. We were having some difficulties, and finally got around to making it for you. We do appreciate all the support, and yeah, just sorry for taking so long. But let's just jump right into it, Justin. You want to talk about the Liverpool versus Tottenham game? Huge game.
Yeah, that was a very massive game. It lived up to the hype, had some goals, had some controversies. And, from a mutual standpoint, that was, a great day at the Premier League box office. So I think the main talking point was VAR. I think that was front and center. Despite it being a 2-2 result, VAR once again, I'm going to call it. Honestly, it was just the wrong decision. No debate at all. I feel like Harry Kane should have been sent off or Robertson should not have been sent off, however you want to put it. But I definitely think VAR once again tarnished what was a pretty good game.
Yeah, for sure. Like they definitely got it wrong. I think because we saw with that challenge that Harry Kane did, Paul Pogba did the exact same thing, and he got sent off. So lack of consistency, right? Uh, if Pogba's going to get sent off for that, then you got to send Harry Kane off. I don't care if he's the captain of England or whatever you like about him. It doesn't matter. You have to be consistent with these kind of things. So I thought that was bad, to be honest. But good game overall. Like I think Liverpool played decent. Obviously made a couple mistakes, but Liverpool played pretty good. I do think Tottenham, like they kind of missed some chances. They could have won this game, really. Like,
Yeah, Harry Kane especially missed some chances.
yeah, missed some chances. So this could have been bad for Liverpool, which would have been, nice for us because we just tied against Wolves. But um, yeah, no, they keep a point and they hold on. Good from Tottenham. In the league, I think they got knocked out of the Conference League. Um, but in the league, like they're looking good under Conte. I don't think they've lost yet. So they look decent. Do you think this is now a resurgence moment for Harry Kane? Do you think he's going to turn it around from now?
Ooh, that's a hard one, because I feel like Harry Kane was just at the limelight, the center of it. Scored a goal, missed some sitters, and should have been sent off all in one game. So I think now that he's back in the media attention, at least, or whatever you want to call it, in the spotlight, I think this could be a bounce back. I personally don't want him to at this point, just because United are fighting for those top four spots at this point. But yeah, man, it's a big result for the Spurs. They don't usually get these results these days, so that was good for them. Yeah, honestly, I feel like like you said, Tottenham probably should have won this game. Harry Kane didn't miss a point blank header, which I'm surprised that he missed. It was probably harder to miss, in all honesty. And yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say that this speaks a lot about Liverpool, but literally they just shot themselves in the foot towards the end. Now, granted, Spurs probably did deserve a point, but like Allison, I don't even know what to say about that. It just cost them the 3 points, really. So like really and truly, they're one Allison mistake away from getting all 3 points once again. So it's just an unlucky result for them. But I do think Spurs definitely did deserve something.
Yeah, I thought Spurs played well as a team. Like, um, they definitely deserve something out of this game. But really, if they played to their best, like you said, like they could have won this. So kind of disappointing to see that, especially because I want Liverpool to lose as many points as possible right now. We are competing with them, so kind of sad to see. But 2-2, nice game to watch. I do think I'm kind of thinking Antonio Conte might take this team to a top four spot. Man, I don't know.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see. Granted, I hope they don't, because why would I want that? But I mean, I'm not surprised because Conte, I mean, I don't got to tell you, like, he's a world-class manager. We've seen it his whole career. And like, for once, granted the Mourinho signing was good for Spurs, but for once they made like a competent, managerial signing, because I feel like to go from Nuno to this is a big upgrade. And, we both said the same thing. We didn't really feel like Nuno was that guy. Granted, he might have deserved more time, but like, going from Nuno in that state to Conte right now has been a big upgrade. So, I mean, hats off to Conte. I hope it's just a fifth place finish, because if it's a fourth place finish, then who knows what that means for Manchester United. But I do think that he is projecting them to Europe once again. Hopefully, it's just Europa League and not Champions League.
Maybe they'll be back in the Conference League. But yeah, no, like I definitely don't want to see Tottenham in the top four. I would much rather even West Ham or Manchester United. I just, I don't like Tottenham, but I do like, well, I guess not really anymore, but Antonio Conte, right? He did hold a special place in my heart, and I still think he's probably one of the top five managers in the world right now. So he has a lot of catching up to do and a lot of work to do with this Tottenham side, who just they're just not that great. And we've seen, Son, he hasn't been at his best this season, I don't think. And Harry Kane, we obviously know he's nowhere near it. So he's got a lot of work to do, but I could definitely see him pulling out another managerial masterclass and bringing them to top four. With us, uh, he won us a league, but we actually, were a decent side and we had some good players. Tottenham, on the other hand, not so much. But I think maybe next season he can start pushing even for the league, or 2 seasons from now if he gets some investment to turn this team around, because he is world class. I don't know if they'll give him that kind of time because he does expect a lot of money in his pockets and just to be able to spend. But yeah, I don't know. It makes me nervous to have to come up against Tottenham now with Conte.
Yeah, granted, the previously mentioned on that one episode, the El Sakiko, that was the last time we played Tottenham. And thankfully they had or Nuno, whatever you want to call them. So we slapped them. I think it was what, 3-1 or something like that. But we beat them easily. So yeah, I mean, I guess when United face them next, they're gonna have to come to Old Trafford. Hopefully by then, we're in form and everything like that. So that'll definitely be a good like rematch matchup for sure. Both teams with new managers in particular. But yeah, like Conte, we talked about him that one episode, world class. I have no problems calling him top five manager right now. He just won Serie A last year too. So I think it is a decent matchup because, like you said, Conte does demand a lot of money and transfer fees, and Tottenham don't usually do that with their stingy management. But we'll see if he could last. I think he definitely will last because he's a world class manager. But we'll see if he could gel with that management because that's all it really comes down to. Like we saw with Inter Milan, it didn't work out. So hopefully Daniel Levy could work something out with Antonio Conte.
No, not hopefully. I hope it all goes bad. Um, but yeah, it will be interesting to see. Daniel Levy is probably one of the worst owners I've ever seen. He's a cheap bastard, and I hate him. But yeah, we'll see. Moving on from that fixture and those teams, we'll talk maybe City. They just beat Newcastle 4-0, and they also beat Leeds 7-0 recently, and they've just been looking absolutely quality and pretty much unstoppable. It's making the title race kind of hard, and especially with us kind of struggling right now, it's hard to keep up with them when they're just pummeling teams and they look like they can't be stopped.
Yeah, I mean, you said it right there. It looks like they can't be stopped. I did say a few episodes back, once this time rolls around, that's when they start playing their best ball. And I think in their last 5 matches, they have 5 wins. So I'm annoyed because obviously why I want City to do good, but I'm not surprised. Like this is when they thrive, they flourish here. Pep's really gotten it right. And I feel like Bernardo Silva is just playing at an elite level and staying in Portugal. João Cancelo has been amazing. He scored a world-class goal against Newcastle recently. And they've just been balling out. I'm not surprised. It's hard to see because I hate them so much. But I mean, yeah, I guess hats off to them for, being the consistency because that's how you win the Premier League. You got to be consistent. And we've seen so many times in the past, Manchester City just be consistent under Pep Guardiola in the league. So not surprised that's happening. Really annoyed. But I mean, yeah, I guess City are just back to their winning ways.
Yeah, they just don't look like they're slowing down. Like you said, João Cancelo, he's probably the best fullback in the world on current form. Um, and they also just have a really good squad in general. Like Ruben Dias, he's really good. And then Kevin De Bruyne is obviously elite. Rodri looks like one of the best CDMs in the league. Yes, they don't have a recognized striker, but Gabriel Jesus has been really good so far this season. Ferran Torres is around there. Bernard They just got a lot of quality players. So gonna definitely be hard to take them down right now because it looks like they're now in their Man City form where they just win everything. So uh, we could talk about Newcastle just briefly. It does look like they are going to get relegated.
I know.
Um,
And
it was really interesting when they went up 1-0 against Liverpool, I think last week or a few days ago. I don't remember, but yeah, they just suck, man. Like I don't know, I don't know if they're going to be able to hold on this time.
yeah, and that was a talking point a few episodes back now. Yeah, man, it just sucks because we did say that we did want to see them stay up so they could do their whole financial takeover. But I mean, I don't even know if that's gonna happen anymore. I don't think they're gonna stay up. But we've seen it in the past. We've seen some great escapes towards the end. And at the end of the day, out of all the relegation teams right now, I would probably say on paper, at least, they have the best team. Now, are they gonna show it? I mean, we haven't seen it. They have one win all season. So it's going to take a lot of courage and fight for them to get back in it. But I think, if they do get relegated, then hopefully a big team could buy St. Maximin because he's been kind of wasted there. I feel like if you watch him play, and I know you do, but if you guys actually take a second and watch him play when your favorite team plays Newcastle, you'll know that he's just an amazing dribbler, one of the best dribblers in the Prem. Just such a silky and skillful player. And it's like, how is that guy on Newcastle? So
Yeah.
I hope, if they don't stay up, I hope he gets his chance elsewhere.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, he's so good on the ball. I do think his end product needs a little bit of work. Sometimes decision making isn't great, but at the end of the day, like he's surrounded by just garbage. So I really can't blame him for just going off on his own sometimes because you got to do that in a team like that. So yeah, I would like to see him get moved. Even if they stay up, I would honestly like to see him get moved, even with their financial takeover. But I do think maybe this January will be very interesting for Newcastle. They are interested in a few players that we know of, like Coutinho, Barkley, and some other people. So it will be nice to see them in this January transfer window make some waves and maybe push to stay in the league. But just on current form with their current team, they're not staying up. It's just not happening. So
Yeah, oh man, it sucks to see because we did talk about that takeover and we might have to wait a bit to see it. But yeah, like you're right, they have one win all year. Like if you're gonna only have one win by Christmas time, then like do you even deserve to stay up? It's like I don't think you do. So it's like it's a weird one. We hate to see it, but I think if it continues like this, then it's done. I think they're gonna get relegated.
yeah, so not looking great for them. Talking about relegation and bad teams, Arsenal. Not joking, but Arsenal just beat Leeds 4-1. They've been looking pretty good right now. Um, I did want to talk about this whole Aubameyang thing.
Aubameyang.
He lost his captaincy. Arteta and him are apparently not on good terms anymore. So I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
It's so funny because I remember when Aubameyang was going to be a free agent, they're like, "Oh, I signed the thing, but yeah, sign the thing," and it's like, I don't know if it was only me who thought this, but like maybe you could back me up on this. But were you the only one who thought he should not have stayed? Like, don't you think
Oh yeah,
Arsenal let him
yeah.
go? Yeah,
No, I thought he should have went, and I also thought, um, just because he at the time he was performing at a super high level, so I
yeah,
thought he should have bigger aspirations. But also I thought he's gonna get this contract, and then it's just gonna be like every other big player who gets a big contract at Arsenal, and they're just gonna stop
yeah.
caring. And now look.
Yeah, and like I don't want to diss Aubameyang because at the end of the day, when Arsenal were in such a bad place, he was the standout. Even not even trying to bring it up, but we even saw him in that FA Cup final. That was probably his finest moment against Chelsea when he did guide them to the win. So it's like he has been there for them. Granted, there has been a lot of lows because it's Arsenal and he has had some bad times like Olympiacos in the UEL. But at the end of the day, fan favorite, can't really ask for more. So I just feel like it would have been good if he left because now it's like if I'm an Arsenal fan, let's say, and we got this new generation of, Saka, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, and Ketia. It's like, do we really need to keep this Aubameyang who's he was decline. Like, to be fair, he was playing at a high level at one point, but I feel like towards the end he was kind of declining. But you can't get rid of, fans are like, oh, we can't get rid of Aubameyang, big favorite, but I'm a blood clot Yang, and now it's like he's sacked from the team. He lost his place, he lost his armband, and now he's going to train by himself for the next month to prepare for the AFCON. Like, to me, that's really not embarrassing, but it's just a bad look for everyone involved. It's like he was your club captain a week ago. So within a week, he doesn't have a place in the team. He can't train with you guys. He's not captain anymore, and he's going to train on his own. Like, there's definitely more to it than just his attitude towards the team. It's definitely, like you said, a falling out with Arteta. And I just think that he's very unprofessional. And, at the end of the day, some of these players, they get the big contracts, think they're all that. And, like, good on you for getting your big money, but like, you can't miss a game or training, whatever it was, to go get a tattoo in Barcelona. Like, whether that's your club captain or a reserve player, that's just not okay. And the fact that he's the captain doing that, like, hats off to Arteta, sorry, excuse me, for not taking any crap and just getting rid of it from the start. So it's a sticky one.
Yeah, I didn't think Arteta was gonna do it because I don't know, like I'm not saying Arteta is soft, I just didn't think like he was that kind of guy to like actually do it to Aubameyang, who's been there for a while and like you said, club favorite. So I didn't think he was gonna do it. I do think he did the right thing though. Like you said, you just can't go and do that. Um, it is reported that Barcelona want Aubameyang, so people are speculating that he wasn't just in Barcelona for a tattoo. Um, but yeah, at the end of the day, like you just can't do that, especially as a club captain. Terrible. And Lacazette has been looking better than Aubameyang currently anyway, and so and I think even Nketiah just scored a hat trick for them.
He did, yeah.
Uh, so I don't think they're too upset. They have some other players to replace him, and then you have like Saka, Smith Rowe, Martinelli. They're all playing really well right now. Got to give credit to them. So I don't think they're going to be too unhappy, but it is kind of just crazy to see. And yeah, they're playing really good right now. Obviously doesn't make me happy to see, but uh, I did like to see Leeds lose. Again, they're just getting destroyed, and everyone likes to talk about, oh, Bielsa plays such a nice, attractive brand of football, and he's so great and stuff. But dude, this guy's getting just absolutely destroyed in almost every match. Like say all you want about the style of play, but if you're just gonna get destroyed and concede more than 3 goals in every game, like that's just not good football. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. To me, attractive football, and you could definitely vouch, is just winning games and trophies. Like, we've both had Mourinho as a manager and won trophies with him. We've seen it. We've probably fallen asleep, but at the end of the day, if you win that football match and eventually you win trophies, you don't care how you do it.
Yeah.
Like, you got Bielsa. Like, to me, Bielsa is losing 5-0 at home, but you don't run out. Like, I'll watch United beat them 6-0 like they did on the first match week, but the fans will be like, oh, the way Leeds players still were running even though they were down 5-0. It's like, so we're praising them for essentially playing the game. It's like, what
Yeah.
else to do? So I think Bielsa and Leeds are the most overrated team and manager in the whole league.
Yeah. I probably agree with that. I do think like Arsenal might also be in that conversation. But yeah, no, Leeds are just like, yeah, and Bielsa, like, he's just so overrated. And Leeds just suck this season. So um, I don't know. Like Leeds probably going to end up the season either close to relegation or they might even get relegated. With this kind of form, who knows what can happen, right? And like you said, like attractive style of play, cool, whatever. But for me, attractive football is winning, and that
Exactly.
that that's what I like. So, I don't really care how you do it. If you want to sit back all game and grind out a 1-0 win, as long as you're winning, good with me, man. I just want to win trophies. So, uh, not every team feels like that. That's why I do support Chelsea. We win. That's why I don't support Arsenal because no matter how great their play is, they don't win. Not anymore, at least. So yeah, Leeds just suck. So want to move on from there.
Yeah, I think we should talk about my team, Manchester United. Whew, loving life under Ralph Ragnick. Have yet to lose a game. So far, we are 2-0 in the Premier League under him. Got back-to-back 1-0 results, just pretty much going off of what you just said, the Norwich game recently wasn't a great team performance at all, to say the least. I was not disappointed, but then the day we won 1-0. What more could you ask for? I'm really loving Ralph Ragnick, to be honest. He's only been in here for like, well, granted, there was COVID, so it feels like we haven't seen him in a while, but to be on in the team for only a week and establish, the play style and the tactics, you could see it right away in the formation. That's what I like to see. To me, that means more than only winning 1-0 against Norwich and Palace. But like, we're on the right track, and I'm really excited to see what happens, because this, like, you can't just win overnight and you can't turn around overnight. It has to be a process. So yeah, man, I'm excited to see how much longer it'll be until he, discovers the exact tactics to play. I think he's kind of figured it out already. And just the more and more training sessions we get, the better we'll become. So I'm really excited so far with the Ragnick era.
Yeah, like there have been some bright spots, but I do think like I don't know, like it just doesn't look amazing to me yet. Obviously, he is new. He's got to work on it and work on the team, build up some chemistry. Uh, but I don't know, like it just there was all this praise about Ragnick before, and at the end of the day, he can still prove himself. I'm still not sure about him, and I don't know if I will be this season. We'll see, but he's got some time. He will probably be pushing for this Champions League more than the Premier League, but I do
Yeah.
think he obviously wants to get top four. Um, but yeah, like I don't know. This Man U team, they have the talent. I just don't know if they have the talent he's looking for. You know, I don't know if this team is built for his kind of style of play. There's a couple players who suit it really well. I think Fred fits it perfectly, but in this pressing style of play, like I don't know, someone like Ronaldo just doesn't really like fit in there, and I just don't know if like Rashford or Sancho really fit as well. But we'll see. Kind of some low scoring games, but you guys are pulling out the wins, which is all that matters.
Yeah. And yeah, we've only seen him in 3 matches so far. It was a 1-0, a 1-1, and a 1-0. So having, under Ole, it's like we would just score goals for fun at times. But at the end of the day, yeah, like you said, we're getting results, we're winning games. It's all that matters. I think we played Newcastle next week, so
Oh
that'll be
gosh.
cool on the 27th. So hopefully we could rack up some goals there. I'd like a clean sheet again. We've had 2 Premier League clean sheets with him, so that's been good. De Gea has been pretty good. He was probably our man of the match against Norwich, honestly. So we'd like to see that, but hopefully we could pump up some goals. And I think just because of the delay in within these 2 games because of COVID, hopefully we don't look rusty, but I think we'll be good, honestly. And it is Newcastle. We did just talk about them, so think we'll be good.
Yeah, I think if there's any team to fully unleash on, it should be Newcastle. Like we should see a couple goals out of this Man United team, for sure. Like no matter what kind of style of play, it is
Yeah,
Newcastle. So I do expect a big win from you guys, and you said that's what the 27th.
yeah, it's on Monday.
Yeah, so not a huge game, but you guys should win that pretty comfortably. I am excited to see, some more goals out of this team and just show the quality of the squad because, yes, results matter, but the 1-0 is the 1-1s, like um they're just not as exciting, So you want to bring in a new manager and get the fans excited. So, hopefully we can see some big performances against Newcastle, but I do expect that it is Newcastle. So,
Yeah, no, for real. But yeah, I mean, like, I think that covers all the Premier League news. So I think,
well, we did not talk about my team.
oh, how can we
I'm
forget?
not really looking forward to the conversation right now because in the past couple weeks, uh, we have been struggling and we tied to Wolves 0-0. Boring game. Um, couple things did happen in the game, and I do think it's setting us up for a good January transfer window. I think this is just proving that like our squad just isn't as deep as we thought. And the injuries are really hurting us. Conte is playing through injury here and there, and I don't know, man. It's just I'm happy we kept a clean sheet because it hasn't happened in a while. But the offense, like we just don't have someone up there to just like score goals, and I'm just waiting for Lukaku to come back fully fit because apparently he is struggling to come back fully fit. So and now he got COVID. So him, Werner, Kai Havertz, um, Kovacic, like a bunch of our players got it, a bunch of our starting players. So I don't know, not looking great, but we need someone up there to just get us goals in games like this, and we just don't have it right now. Recently, it has been Mason Mount who's been on an absolute tear. He's been our best player in the past like 5-6 games. Uh, but I just like we shouldn't be relying on Mason Mount to score all of our goals. Like that's just kind of sad, because he's a creator. So the fact that he's been having to just go and score all of our goals recently has just been bad. We need Lukaku to be back and fit.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely interesting, because I remember at the start of the campaign when he was out, your guys' defenders were scoring, and then Chilwell gets his ACL injury, and I feel like that aspect of the team really just plummeted a bit because like you said, the squad depth might not be as good as what you guys thought. Marcus Alonso hasn't really been amazing. And some other players such as like Saul and Barkley, they haven't really been, turning anyone's heads in the good direction. So it's interesting to see because I personally didn't think Chelsea were gonna. I'm not gonna say I'm not writing you guys off yet, but I didn't think you guys would have this kind of slump. I didn't expect it. So maybe the January transfer window will be good to you guys. Maybe Roman Abramovich will be spending that big money. And yeah, ideally, who do you want to bring in, or like what kind of player do you want to bring in? Would it just be another finisher and a striker?
No. So I really don't think we're gonna buy it. Like we're connected with a couple pieces right now. Luca Digne on Everton is I think our main piece right now because we need a left wing back. Marcus Alonso is just awful. He's been playing absolutely terrible. So we need a left wing back. Luca Digne is out of the rotation at Everton for some reason. And so he's probably going to go this January, whether that's on loan or we buy him. I don't think he'll cost too much. Um, so I think Luca Digne is probably our biggest target currently, just because we don't play the same without a good left wing back. We need to have good players on the wide spots so we can have them cut inside, and we just play better as a whole team with better wide players. So it kind of threw us off of balance, Chilwell going out, because we just can't rely on Marcus Alonso. So defensively, Rudiger on the left has to constantly go and cover for him, which is like we're a system team. So once Rudiger has to leave his spot, Thiago Silva has to cover more area, or whoever's in the middle has to cover more area, and then whoever's on the right has to drop deeper. Reece James can't play as far up, so not having a quality left wing back is literally destroying our team, and this is why we're not playing great. So if we
Yeah.
can get in Luca Digne, apparently Tuchel either wants Digne or Theo Hernandez, which
Oh.
either are good with me. Both are French. I love them both. They're
Yeah.
both amazing. Obviously, Theo Hernandez would be the preferred buy just because I think he has potential to be probably the best in the world as his position or one of the best. If not, well, he is already probably one of the best, but he has that potential to be so good. And Luca Digne, we know is a Premier League proven player, but if you can get Theo Hernandez, you take it.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
we have a big January transfer window coming up. We definitely need a left wing back. I think we're also looking for a center mid because we're having a lot of injuries and issues there. Kovacic, Jorginho has been playing injured. Conte, Loftus-Cheek, and then Barkley just isn't good enough. And Saul, like literally, should just never touch pitch again. So I think we're gonna go in for Chouameni maybe this January, which would also be amazing. Another French guy, and I think maybe January we might go back in for Kunde. So
Oh,
bunch of French players, making me happy to be a Chelsea fan if any of that comes true. But yeah, I think if we have a good January transfer window, we will be back in the race. If not, I think we're done.
yeah. I mean, like I mentioned before, to win the Premier League, you got to be consistent. And I think December is usually that time, this is where you get all your points at Christmas time. And I feel like so far, at least, Chelsea have failed to do that entirely. And City and Liverpool haven't. Granted, Liverpool just dropped their points, but like City, 5 wins in a row. So yeah, man, it'll be tough. It'll be interesting. Do you really think you guys can make at least two signings in the window? Do you think that's a realistic possibility? Do you think it'll be only one of those three?
I think we could make two out of the three. I don't think we'll do too many Kunde and a left wing back, but I think we could do maybe. See, I don't know. Like, I think we could get Luca Digne for sure, and then if we pay the release clause for Kunde, I think we could get him. If not, I think we're gonna get a left wing back for sure. I'm pretty sure one signing is guaranteed this January. I
Yeah.
just don't know about the other two. Monaco definitely wouldn't want to let go of Chouameni just yet. But we need it. So we need to do something. So I think we'll definitely get one done. I don't know about two, and definitely not all three this window. But yeah, like you said, Liverpool did drop points. We are 3 points behind them now, so they would have to lose and we'd have to win for us to catch up, which is not great. And City are just running away with it. They're 6 points ahead, so not looking great for us currently. But this January transfer window is important.
Yeah, no, for real. And I think if Chelsea, Champions League aside, I think if you want to make a run for it in the league, they gotta, yeah, like you said, they probably got to make some signings or at least one signing to get back in the race, I would say.
Yeah, just that left wing back spot has to be filled right now because Marcus Alonso just can't do it. He just can't anymore. He's too old. He can't turn. He can't run. He just can't defend. So still a good attacking player, but we need both sides.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know if he can do it at a high enough level right now. But yeah, enough about the depressing times at Chelsea. So, Bauds, we now have a guest coming on for our UCL knockout fixtures in the round of 16 to give some of his thoughts. We got our buddy Alex Correa.
What's going on? Nice to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
So, yeah, I don't know if you guys can see, but he is Portuguese, so he's got the Ronaldo love, of course, and so. Oh, Alex, let's just jump straight into it. Why don't you give us your thoughts on Bayern versus RB Salzburg?
So, I don't think there's actually a whole lot to talk about for this one. Like, we already know Bayern is going to sweep through this one. They took the group stage by storm. I believe collecting full points from every game they went into. RB Salzburg is great as they've been looking. I don't really think they stand much of a chance against Bayern in this one. What are you guys thinking?
Yeah, you know what? Like I agree. Salzburg have been looking pretty decent, but come on, man. Like it's Bayern. I don't think there's anything that could stop them. Got Lewandowski, Sané, and Gnabry playing at a high level right now. And Savic has been playing pretty good with them too. And their defense has just been stellar once again. So I think if it was, another team, I would give them a shout. But no, I just think Bayern will probably win both legs easily. So I could see Bayern going through.
Yeah, probably the most boring fixture to talk about here. Bayern kind of just sweep every small team they play, which is a lot of them because the Bundesliga is just full of them. But yeah, no, I just think Bayern will probably sweep this. I don't even know if Salzburg will get a goal. And, I feel bad for them. It's a hard draw to draw Bayern, but they were going to go out eventually. So any score predictions from you guys over the two legs?
I'm going to say 5-1 for Bayern.
Is that for the whole thing or just after the first game?
Oh, no, that's the whole thing. Honestly, I don't think Bayern are going to go all out on this one. They're going to want to conserve themselves for the later stages of the tournament. But I think overall, over the both fixtures, going to be a 5-1 aggregate score.
Okay, that's valid. We've seen Bayern, against another small club like Arsenal dominating the Champions League, scoring 10 over 2 games one time. So I think it'll be kind of similar. I see them in all winning 7-0 over the two legs.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go 7-0 as well. I probably 4-0 away. I mean, sorry, probably 4-0 at home and then 3-0 away. But let's move on. he is Portuguese, so maybe he will pick this team. But Sporting versus City, Alex, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so like we all know Pepe, he's the choke artist here, so it's gonna happen at some point, but I don't think it'll be this round. As much as I would love to see Sporting go through, I'm gonna have to side with City on this one. They've been playing fantastic recently. They're finding a way to win even without a striker, and I just don't see a way for the Sporting team to stop them. As good as they have looked throughout the group stage, it's two different teams here. They're on two different platforms, and I think it's going to be a blowout for Man City.
Well, I mean, I really want Sporting to go through as well. Obviously, I'm a big Manchester United fan. Man, you're right. City have been playing phenomenal football recently. Always in this month of December is when they start to light up, and I feel like even though this picture only happened in February, they've just been looking amazing. So I do think, sadly, they're gonna go through comfortably because I really want Sporting to do well, but I just don't think it's gonna happen against Manchester City.
Yeah, and I don't know. I do think Sporting will make it a little more competitive than most people are giving them credit for. I think Sporting are a good club. They're a well-ran team, but yeah, like City is just on insane form right now. So, but I'd probably say like over the two legs, I'm gonna say like 4-2. Like Man City will bag four over the two legs, but I do think Sporting will get a goal or two in the two games.
Yeah, you know what? Man, I do think Sporting will get a goal as well, but I'm gonna go 4-1 for Man City over the two legs, and I think the lone goal scorer for Sporting will be Paulinho, one of the best CDMs in the world. So I'm gonna go, yeah, 4-1 Manchester City.
Um, for that one, I think my prediction is going to be 6-2 for City. Obviously, they're going to put back a lot of goals, but I think Sporting has the quality in their squad to put one or two against that City side.
Fair enough. So this one has a little bit more uh, fire to it, a little more debate. Benfica and Ajax,
Yeah, this
big
one's a
fixture.
spicy matchup for sure.
Alex, man, Portuguese. Are you going for Benfica?
Right. So again, as much as I would love to see Benfica do well, they've have Darren Nunes, who's obviously been phenomenal this season, and Yaremchuk and Seferovic, both up top, they've been working really well as a trio in the Champions League. But that Ajax squad, like man, they have been insane over the group stage. Haller with how many goals? Like
Too many. I don't know.
a lot.
I think it's
A lot.
9, right?
Something like that. It's a lot.
Breaking records. Just they're looking almost unstoppable against these kind of teams, and I think it's going to be a similar story against Benfica. There's not going to be much they can do, and it's definitely going to be Ajax taking on this one.
Yeah, you know what, man? They have looked very impressive. I know you're very familiar with Ajax doing well in the Champions League in the past. Yeah, so I think Sebastian Haller, he's been in insane form, and like I hate to see it because Taryn knows why. We're not gonna get into it, but yeah, Haller has definitely given me headaches in the past before. So he has been playing phenomenal football, to be fair, and I think him and the rest of that Ajax side will go through very easily. So yeah, I don't really see them having a problem against Benfica.
All right, maybe a little crazy. Maybe it's just because I've seen Haller just be absolute garbage in the Premier League at West Ham. Uh, I'm gonna go Benfica on this one. I think Benfica are gonna take it very very narrowly. I'm gonna go maybe like overall over the two legs 4-3 for Benfica. I think they will play really well and take out this Ajax team early.
That would be great. I would love to see that happen. I'm not a huge fan of Ajax. Seeing them go early would be really great. And obviously Benfica, some Portuguese sides in there would be love to see. So hopefully, yeah, that would be amazing if they can pull that one through.
Yeah, like it'll definitely be a good fixture. On that note, my prediction is actually very similar. I think it'll be 4-3 for Ajax over the two legs. So we'll have to see what happens, but I definitely think it'll be a good affair over the two legs.
Yeah, I think close. Not now. I think I'm gonna go 5-3 for Ajax over the two legs on that one.
Okay, fair enough. We got the big blues, we're trying to retain it this year. Chelsea versus Lille, not the most exciting draw, but yeah, like I think this is going to be a domination game from Chelsea, domination fixture. I think we're going to go there and show what we can do. We've been struggling recently, but I do think we're more of a knockout team. I think in the Champions League we're going to show that we're still a force to be reckoned with, and even if we're struggling in the Premier League, I think we're going to show that we're quality against Lille.
Yeah, like it'll definitely be an interesting, matchup. Now, on paper, Chelsea, they might have the advantage, but I'm a big fan of, this whole Lille team because they did have a really impressive season last year, winning Ligue 1, and we're probably all big fans of Jonathan David, the Canadian boy.
Such
So
a beast,
yeah, I love
legend.
him. And they got Yilmaz the Yeti, shout out to his way back for putting me on. But yeah, they do have a decent team on paper. But I think, like you said, Taryn, I think they're gonna Chelsea's gonna reestablish themselves in this fixture. I don't think well, hopefully for your case, they're not struggling by February so in the league. So because if they are, then that means the league title's gone. But yeah, I think Chelsea, and especially Tuchel, he'll be looking to do another masterclass. But I don't see this Lille team just going down without a fight. I definitely think it'll be an entertaining matchup. I don't think it'll be as one-sided as some might say, but it'll definitely be a good matchup for sure.
Yeah, so another obviously a huge player for Lille that we're forgetting here is Matt Sanch. I think
Oh,
he will be.
Go.
Come on, like it'll be great to say him playing that one, but yeah, like Chelsea, I think they're just too good of a side for this. Like they're gonna run away with this one. And although they haven't looked great, and Lille did finish top of the group in the UCL, I think Chelsea are gonna find their form again, and they're gonna easily win this one. My prediction for this would probably be, I'm gonna say 5-2 for Chelsea.
Justin.
okay, yeah. So I'm thinking a bit differently. I think it'll be a lower scoring affair than definitely the rest of them so far. We've seen, at times Chelsea struggle to find the back of the net, but we've also seen them, score what was it one time, like 12 goals in 3 games. So they definitely can score goals, and they are notorious for, keeping their clean sheets. I think against Lille, I think they're gonna, just have a conservative effort, and I think they're gonna go out there and win it 3-1 over 2 legs.
Yeah, I think we are definitely, we have to be scared of Jonathan David, Canadian beast. So I do think they will get at least a goal, probably him. I'm gonna go 5-1 over the 2 legs. I just think Chelsea are just the better team. But now going over to a huge fixture, um, Justin, you are wearing a Manchester United jersey. So I will go to you first. Man United versus Atletico Madrid.
You know,
Thoughts?
when I first saw the initial draw that we got PSG, I was very, mixed emotions. I was like, damn, we got PSG again. Normally we knock them out, but like it'll be a GOAT matchup between Messi and Ronaldo. It was going to be great to see. But then when I heard that we got a redraw, I was like, wow, you know what? Pretty much you'll take anything you could get. But when I saw Atletico Madrid, a smile came to my face, fire in my eyes. I am so excited for this fixture because, as Alex knows, as you know, this is Cristiano Ronaldo's fixture, bro. And I'm wearing his jersey right now. I was so excited because I know he's going to dominate them. I'm really excited for this fixture. It's a classic opponent. We've seen in the past the hat tricks, the celebrations, the trophies that he's done against Madrid, and we have him back on our side. So I'm really excited for this fixture. See.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this one. I've been watching a lot of United this season with Ronaldo, and I'm feeling another sweet moment about to come for this one. I think Ronaldo, he just Mr. UCL himself. He comes up big against certain teams, and Atletico is one of those teams who you just can't stop scoring against. And Simeone just doesn't ever seem to have the answers to stop him. So I think he knows he's scared. And I think if Ragnick can put this squad together properly, I think we're going to see a really entertaining game where United come out on top.
Yeah, might be a bit boring for the viewers at home, but I completely agree with both of them. If Ronaldo was not on this Man United team, I would probably say Atletico Madrid. But just knowing that the Sioux himself is on this team. I cannot bet against him, especially when they're facing Atletico Madrid. We've seen him in the past just absolutely destroy them, Champions League or the league. He does not care. So I do think it's going to be close because Atletico are a good team, but I'm expecting big moments in this. So I'm going to go 5-4 on aggregate for Manchester United.
That's a big one, I hope it's something that big, because if we're winning and there's 9 goals over 2 games, I definitely hope that, see one person that, if we're talking about Manchester United in the Champions League, especially this year, I got to bring up Bruno Fernandes. He has been amazing in the Champions League. He has the most assists and most chances created. And I honestly think that he just might be the X factor in this game. As we already know what Ronaldo's going to bring. We know what Simeone is going to bring with his tactics. But I think Bruno Fernandes, and he's been criticized in the past maybe for not turning up in the biggest games, but I think he's really going to take this fixture by the throat. And I think he's going to be linking up with, whether it's Rashford, Sancho, especially Ronaldo. And I think he might have a great performance. So I'm going to add with that. So I'm going to say over the 2 legs. I don't really, honestly, might be unpopular, but I don't see the Atletico Madrid scoring a whole lot of goals against us by the time that fixture comes, because hopefully we'll have Varane by then. We'll have Ragnick for, another 2 months. We'll establish, maybe more of a press and the tactics and whatnot. So I think be more comfortable. And I just see us winning a comfortable, I would say 3-1 over 2 legs.
Yeah, I think this game, the huge factor is going to be about which team can shut down the other one first. Simeone, he loves to try to play defensively, shut down the opponent. And as we've seen Ragnick so far, I'd like to see some more, but it looks like he's all about maintaining possession and high pressing and making sure the other team doesn't have the ball. So I don't think this one will be too much of a high scoring affair. I'm going to go with 4-2 for United.
Fair enough. So yeah, that was a big fixture, and then move down a little bit to Juve and Villarreal. Justin, you know a lot about Villarreal. They did beat you in the Europa League final.
Yeah.
So Justin, man, what are your thoughts on the Juve Villarreal matchup?
Honestly, like if you asked me this maybe a couple months ago, I'd be bitter and I'd be upset and I'd do whatever. But honestly, I think Villarreal is the team to lose, or sorry, the team to beat in this case. I think Juventus have been struggling. We saw them against Chelsea. Granted, it was a great performance by the Blues, but they do look really bad at times. And I don't know, man. I just think Juventus, in a way, it's kind of like when Messi left Barca, how they lost Ronaldo, just been a downward spiral since then. And I think, I've seen it multiple times. Villarreal are a great team. So you don't got to tell me that, they could perform on their day. And honestly, I think they're going to be Juventus. They do have some great key players. And I just think that, with the state of Juventus now, despite them being a historically great club, I personally just don't see them beating Villarreal.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, Villarreal, like, they're a good team. I don't know. Like, it's hard for me to get a bet against Juventus. I'm probably going to go with Juventus on this one, and I think they'll probably get knocked out next round depending on who they draw. But I think the experience is going to come through in this match. Not that Villarreal aren't a good team and they don't have experience, but and I know Juventus have been struggling. Like you said, we beat them 4-0. Great performance by us, but shocking performance by them. They've been bad in the league, but I think honestly they're going to focus a lot on the Champions League now. And I don't know, like betting against them, when they got players like Chiesa who can just go and win you matches single-handedly, I think they're a big knockout stage team, and I think they might thrive under that. So I'm gonna go Juventus on this one.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with Taryn on this one. Villarreal haven't looked too convincing, and I know Juve haven't either, but they just have too much talent and too much experience just behind that side to actually lose to this Villarreal team. Maybe last year Villarreal, they were looking pretty good when they were able to overthrow Man U in that big Europa League game, but I don't see something like that happening again this year. I think Juve is gonna obviously be knocked out next round, but this one I think they're gonna pull through. But I think it's gonna be a low-scoring game of 3-1 for Juventus.
Yeah, I do think it'll be low scoring. I think it'll probably be a close one as well. I'm gonna go over the two legs. I'm gonna go 3-2.
Okay, that's valid. I mean, I guess since I'm betting all my money on Villarreal from the sounds of it, I'm just gonna go big. I'm gonna go bold, I guess. I say they're gonna win 4-1 over the two legs.
Wow.
I have faith.
So moving on from there, we got another Italian giant in Inter Milan coming up against an English giant in Liverpool. Huge matchup. Uh, Alex, man, what are your thoughts on this Inter versus Liverpool matchup?
Yeah, I think this will be an interesting one to watch. Definitely one of the better fixtures going on over the round of 16. But come on, this Liverpool side, they're just too good. Like they're almost unplayable. Like they're definitely going to be going far in this tournament. And Jurgen Klopp, he knows what he's doing. He's got like a very good squad, and I think it's just going to really struggle. Like they've been looking pretty good, but they're not on the same level as Liverpool. And I think Liverpool is going to easily walk through with this one.
Yeah, you know what? Like on that note, yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I just think that Liverpool this season in the league have been amazing. Salah's been one of, if not the best player in the world based on form this current season. And having guys like Mane and Van Dijk back in that team, Jordan Henderson, just their whole team really, Trent, Robert, I don't gotta go on about them. They just have the advantage from the start. And I think, especially in the Champions League, you don't want to play at Anfield. Granted, there might be some of the memes saying that sometimes it's the library, sometimes the best atmosphere. But at the end of the day, we've all seen it in the past, especially recent memory. You don't want to play at Anfield. So I think Inter Milan, they got a lot of work to do if they want to win. They are a very good team. But I just think Liverpool just take it easy, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be easy for Liverpool. I do think Inter have a very good squad. I just think they play a little too slow to compete with Liverpool, especially right now. Most of the Italian teams, just in general, they play slower. They're showing more of their skill on the ball, more of their passing on the ball, and against teams like Liverpool who are pressing you and then just moving so fast. You got people like Mane, Jota, and Salah. So I just don't think their defense is going to be able to keep up with them. I do think Liverpool will win this one, but Inter have a good squad. Like, you can't just say like they're not going to compete. Like they got really good players. Bastoni is looking like one of the best center backs in the league, and Barella, we know his class. So I do think it'll be close. I think Liverpool win. I'm gonna go over the two legs 5-3 Liverpool.
Yeah, like I understand the Inter are quality side, but just looking how the group went down, they finished 5 points behind Madrid, and I think Madrid would be a much more comparable side to Liverpool in terms of quality and talent. And just based on that, I don't think Inter have much of a chance. I'm gonna say 6-2 for Liverpool.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna throw all my eggs in the Liverpool basket. I'm gonna go 5-0 over two legs.
Wow, not even a single goal for Inter, eh? You don't rate Lautaro Martinez or
I do. Don't get me wrong. Like I really do. But like, man, it's like they're just. I hate them obviously, but like, they're just really good. Now I will say they could get a goal if Allison makes another blunder like he's been doing recently. We just saw that against Spurs. But I think if everyone's on their A game, I could see them getting a clean sheet over 180 minutes.
Come on, if Barella's playing up to his potential, there's no way that at least one goal doesn't get put in the back of that net over two legs. So I think that's unlikely.
Yeah, for sure. Like he's just one of the best playmakers in the world right now. So and he's setting up people like Lautaro Martinez and Correa, who we know are class, and they can put the ball in the back of the net, for sure. So yeah, like I don't think they'll actually push Liverpool to the brink. Like I said, like I think 5-3 over two legs. It's still a 2 goal differential for Liverpool, but I think they'll get a goal. Come on, Justin. You're hating on Inter right now.
I mean, I think the most they'll get is one, if I'm being honest. But like, I'll put it like this: if they go I don't know what the fixtures are, but let's say they do. Do you guys know if they play in Anfield first or second?
I don't know.
Okay, in
I
theory,
don't
if
know.
they go into Anfield in the second leg without a goal, they're not leaving with one. So I think if they get their goal, they'll be at home. But I don't see them scoring at Anfield.
I'm just gonna say
Especially
this. So
second leg.
I think you're forgetting about the small factor that they happen to have a great striker in the form of Edin Dzeko, and you know all about Edin Dzeko and his ability to perform in big games. You know, I remember a game for Man City where he actually did this to win them the league, and multiple times for Roma where he just always shows up in on big occasions, and I expect that Inter team to at least pull back a goal or two. So I think that's unfair for you, Justin.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize you were such a big Edin Dzeko enthusiast all of a sudden. That's really good to see that you're so knowledgeable.
He's
You know,
just a
Justin.
talented player.
Justin, you know, one of my favorite players. He actually is hanging out on the wall right behind me. Balotelli did also play for Manchester City, and he got his only Premier League assist to a guy you may know, Sergio Aguero, to score the
Yes,
goal against QPR. So
quality player.
yeah, what are your thoughts on Balotelli, real quick?
You know what, man? Like in the Italian kit, phenomenal demon, world class player. And anything else, well, actually, and AC and Inter Milan, to be fair, but anything else, just pain.
What if I got you a Man City Aguero jersey for your birthday?
You know what? Like I would hang it up. To be fair, like I wouldn't disrespect like that, but I would probably look at it and shed a tear every time I went to my class.
Oh man. All right. Well, moving on from destroying Justin, PSG and Real Madrid, huge
Oh,
fixture. We will go to Alex first because he is the Real Madrid fan. I want to hear his thoughts on this match.
All right, so obviously, I'm really looking forward to this one. When I first heard that it was going to be Man United against PSG, I was excited. You know, the last time for Ronaldo versus Messi would have been great, but I think this is just slightly better. You know, the chance to see this PSG team crumble under Madrid is going to be so satisfying because I guarantee you, I will put money on this. Madrid are going through in this leg. Okay. Um, in this fixture. They are by far the better team. They've been playing amazing together. Ancelotti has put together a phenomenal team. There's the development in players like Eder Militao and Vinicius. There's just Benzema, how the way he's playing, it's not going to happen. If you watch this PSG team play, they're dysfunctional. They don't know how to play together, and I don't think by February they're going to have it. I think Pochettino is gonna do what he does best, and he's gonna get himself knocked to the UCL just a little bit early. So Madrid are definitely winning this one.
damn, that's huge, man. That's bold. You know, obviously you don't have your right to say this because you do watch Madrid, and hats off to Ancelotti because everything you said is true. You know, he's had a good system. He's been developing players, and Madrid have been looking good. But I need to ask you this one question, bro. There are some familiar faces on PSG, such as Sergio Ramos, you might know, as well as Lionel Messi. So what are your thoughts on those two players going into this fixture for PSG?
I think the fact that Sergio Ramos has played maybe one game this season so far tells you that he's not match fit. He's not going to be ready for this. I think by that time, he's been struggling with injuries since last year, which is part of the reason why we let him go. And he's a Real Madrid player at heart, so I think he's gonna help us out from the other side. And for Messi, we know how this season's been for him. He's looking a shadow of his former self, and I don't think he has what it takes to clutch up for that team. He might play okay, but he's nothing compared to the Madrid squad that he's coming up against, and I don't think they stand much of a chance. Mbappe is really the only big threat I'd be worried about on that team.
Mbappe is better than Holland, Justin. So that is definitely a big factor. But yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Alex on this one. I do think Real Madrid are gonna go through. I do think it'll be close. PSG do have a talented squad. It's just they don't play enough as a team. Pochettino just is not that guy. And like at the end of the day, Real Madrid are the best Champions League team of all time, if not just the best team of all time. And so that experience, I think, is going to come through against this PSG team who just don't play well together. So, yeah, like you said, Benzema has been on top class. Vinicius is looking amazing. I did want to ask you, Alex, so what do you think Hazard will play in this game?
I hope he doesn't. I think Hazard would be maybe one of the reasons we don't win because he's kind of just useless. The nicest way I'm gonna put it. I'd love to see Rodrigo play up there, and Hazard can can nice just warm up the bench for him, maybe a little bit during the rest of that game.
Yeah, fair enough. I hope Hazard stays there for his whole contract, and I definitely don't want him back at Chelsea. So, because I have heard rumors about that, I hope you guys keep him. But yeah, I know I'm good. But yeah, I think Real Madrid's quality, class, and experience will come out through on this one. Justin, what do you think?
Okay. You know what? For this one, can I go last?
You are going last.
Oh, I am going last. Oh, you're
We
right.
we just said we think we're gonna win.
Okay, so I just want to paint you guys a quick scene, okay? Second leg, in the Bernabeu, 90th minute. It is 1-1. And they're gonna start with, I think PSG are gonna start a counterattack. And the ball's gonna be played to Noon Mensch at the left. He's gonna square it to the top the left of the box. And it's gonna be Messi scoring the game winner at the Bernabeu. And he's gonna take off his shirt and hold it up like this. We must have seen that before somewhere, but I think as much as I want Real Madrid to win, man, I don't know who's gonna win this one because we have seen PSG struggle, but like they have all this talent. They got Neymar and Mbappe, who is very good and is an Ninja Turtle. They got Messi, got Verratti, they got Genie. That defense. You don't got to talk about that defense. And Madrid have Benzema, who and the rest of the team, but Benzema is just world class. I've been saying for years now that he's the best striker in the world. I've got clowned by that, but I think now people are finally starting to see what I always saw, and he's just amazing. So I think he's definitely going to do some damage. But I kind of selfishly want PSG to go through because I think Manchester United are going to go through, and I just want United to knock out PSG. That's my selfish reasons. But I don't know. It'll definitely be a good fixture. I just think to go against the grain, I'm just going to say PSG are going to go through.
Wow. Well, I'll give my prediction. I'm gonna say Real Madrid 4-3 on aggregate.
Yeah. Listen, as a fan of a team that knows what it means to win the Champions League, we know what it takes. This PSG team, it just doesn't have. Justin, I know it's been a long time. Maybe you kind of forget what it's like, but you need to be able to play like a team, and this PSG team does not. You can barely call it a team. It's a bunch of individual talent, and for that reason, they're definitely going to lose. And I'm going to go with 5-3 over the two games for Madrid.
I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just gonna say it'll be 3-2 PSG. Messi 90th minute winner in the Bernabeu. It's like old times, right, Alex?
Hey, you can live in the past all you want. It's 2021.
Yeah. Well, as a Man United fan, he kind of has to live in the past, right? Because it's not like he has anything.
It does make sense.
Bro, we're winning the UCL this year, bro.
I mean, you do have the best Champions League player of all time on your squad, so not ridiculous to say. You have a talented team, brought in a new coach, pretty much what we did last year. So who knows, man?
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, boys, I guess that'll do it for this segment. Thank you to Alex for coming on and giving us, your predictions for the Champions League knockout stages. So we appreciate you coming on to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm happy anytime to come on Baud Fawk and talk about some soccer. It's always a great time with the boys.
Yeah, thank you once again, Baud.
For sure. All right. Yeah. Thank you, Alex. We will leave his Instagram down below if you want to go check him out, or if you just want to thank him for hopping on Baud Fawk. But yeah, so that's the end of the segment.
Okay, yeah, Bods, and I think that's going to do for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for the support. We're happy to be back. It's been a bit, but we're happy to be back and making these videos for you guys. So thank you once again to everyone who made it this far. Check the description for links to our social media accounts, and yeah, thank you guys.
Yep. Yeah, just everything Justin said. Thank you guys for the support. Sorry again that it is so late that the videos have come out, but we wanted to do this 2-episode banger for you, basketball and soccer, and new intro for the videos. So hope you guys enjoyed, and please like and subscribe, and see you, Bods.